The broadcast goes live at 9 in the morning, and Railsorn watches it on the registry hall's public screen alongside 40 other hunters who have nowhere better to be. Vale Dunn is in her element up there, poised, luminous in the way that only people who have never carried their own gear quite manage to be. She's signing the partnership contract with Cade Oren's team, the Goldspire Syndicate, ranked third on the Continental leaderboard. And the moderator is asking, as moderators always do, whether there are any existing support registrations to formally dissolve. Vault Puss. She looks into the camera instead of the moderator. One, she says, Railsorn, support class. He was a CRUTCH I outgrew. 40 hunters in the registry hall turn to look at him. Rail knows because he counts them. He has always been precise about things that other people prefer to blur. On the screen, his registration blinks out. Null/dependency class. The system doesn't offer a severance notice or a grace period. Those are for partners dissolved privately. Public dissolution on a broadcast registration event strips everything at once. Stipend, guild tag, floor access above level 10. The notification arrives on his device before the applause for Vale's new contract finishes. Cade Oren leans into the frame beside her and grins. The particular grin of a man who has just acquired something he believes is an upgrade. We don't carry dead weight at Goldspire, he says to the moderator. Vale deserves a team, not a kept man with no class. Rail puts his device in his pocket. He walks out of the registry hall into the mid-morning street and stands in the gray Cauldrith drizzle for a moment. For years, he runs the number without meaning to, the way he always ran her mana channel stability readings before a floor run, automatically, as a reflex. For years, 2 months and 19 days. He had managed her floor approach angles, absorbed the feedback spikes from her combat sovereign skill activations because unmanaged they gave her migraines, carried the recovery gear she refused to admit she needed, filed her quarterly registry assessments because she found the forms tedious. He had not done any of this because he was weak. He had done it because he was precise, and precision applied to another person's rise looks, from the outside, exactly like dependency. He begins walking. He doesn't know yet what is happening in his mana channels. He will find out in approximately 6 hours. System, dormant class detected, devotion sovereign, activation condition met, public dissolution of support registration following 10,000 plus verified genuine support hours. Devotion tokens accumulated, 14,227. Conversion in progress. He's in his rented room on the 4th floor of the Cauldrith Transit Hostel when the notification arrives. The window is fogged. He reads the system message twice. Not because he doesn't understand it, but because he is precise, and precision requires reading things twice. Devotion token conversion complete. All outward support skills inverted to sovereign self-amplifiers. Mana channel direction. Inward. No partner required. Heal. Converted to sovereign barrier. Passive. Scales with accumulated token count. Carry load. Converted to gravitational anchor. Passive area effect. 12-meter radius. Mana channel stabilization. Converted to self-sustaining sovereign amplifier. No external partner required. Output scales with token count. Current yield. 14,227 times base. Classification. Unranked / above dependency / the devoted. Rail sits on the edge of the bed for a long time. Then he opens the floor registration portal and files a solo entry for level 11. He doesn't announce this. He doesn't post it to the registry feed. He simply walks into the Cauldrith Tower the following morning in his plain gray jacket with no guild tag and no partner, and takes the elevator to level 11 with the other hunters, who all have teams. He is out in 43 minutes. The floor boss on level 11 is a Granite Sentinel, a designation that means it resists physical pressure and depletes support mana on contact. Support hunters do not fight Granite Sentinels alone. Support hunters have never fought Granite Sentinels alone. This is recorded fact in the Cauldrith Registry's encounter history, going back 61 years. Rail's Sovereign Barrier absorbs 3 Sentinel strikes without flickering. His gravitational anchor roots the Sentinel in place at the 4-minute mark. His sovereign amplifier, running at a self-sustaining output of 14,227 times base with no mana drain, because it requires no partner to feed it, simply outlasts the encounter. The Sentinel dissolves. The system records a solo completion. He takes the elevator to level 12. He clears levels 12 through 29 in the same week. No team. No announcement. The floor completion records update on the public registry leaderboard automatically, because that is how the system works. It records what happens whether anyone is watching or not. By level 29, a few hunters in the Cauldron Tower lobby have started to notice the gray-jacketed solo entry on the board. Null/dependency class. They read, and then they look again because that classification doesn't have a floor completion record. It has never had one. It's the classification the system assigns when a support hunter's registration is dissolved for cause. No one has ever cleared past level 10 under that stamp. Rail is on level 34 by the time anyone thinks to look for who he is. He doesn't stop. The thing that Vale Dunn never understood, the thing that Cade Oren definitely doesn't understand, is what support class stabilization actually does to mana channels over 4 years of continuous application. It doesn't just smooth the output, it maps it. Every session Rail had spent running stability passes on Vale's combat sovereign channels had also, invisibly, been running the same pass on his own. He had been building a structural record of exactly what sovereign class mana looks like from the inside. He had never had a class to apply it to. Now he does. On level 41, the floor boss is a mirror echo, a designation that copies the highest output skill of whatever hunter engages it first. Against a combat sovereign, it becomes a combat sovereign. Against a support hunter, historically, it copies nothing and then kills them. The mirror echo copies Rail's sovereign barrier. Then it hits him with his own sovereign barrier. His sovereign barrier absorbs his own sovereign barrier. The echo stares at him. He stares back. His gravitational anchor roots it. His sovereign amplifier runs at 14,227 times base. The echo dissolves in 11 minutes. He takes the elevator to level 42. It is on level 52 that Vale Dunn runs into trouble. The Goldspire Syndicate has been moving through the tower in a different elevator bank, on a staggered schedule, running the priority access floors that Cade Oren's contract buys. They are a talented team. Cade is genuinely a powerful combat sovereign, faster than most, confident in the way that people who have always had teams feel confident, which is a different thing than being confident when you're alone. But Vale's mana channels have been destabilizing since level 40. She doesn't notice it on level 40 because Cade's team is loud and fast, and there's always something else to manage. She notices it on level 47 as a tightness behind her right eye that she recognizes faintly, like a word in a language she used to know, as the beginning of a feedback spike. She doesn't tell Cade. Goldspire doesn't carry dead weight. Level 52's boss is an Ash Veil Spectre, a designation that reads mana channel instability and amplifies it. Against a stable team, it's a mid-difficulty encounter. Against a combat sovereign whose channels have been slowly unwinding for 12 floors without anyone running stability passes on them, it is something else entirely. Vale's mana channels fracture at the 7-minute mark. Not catastrophically, not in the way that ends careers on the spot, but enough that her combat sovereign skill activation triggers a feedback loop, and the Ash Veil Spectre reads the loop and doubles it. And Cade's team has no one who can run a stability pass because Goldspire doesn't carry support class. They extract. Emergency elevator, level 52, partner breach / floor stall flagged automatically on the registry. The notation posts to the public leaderboard within the hour. In the Goldspire recovery suite, while the team medic runs a surface-level mana scan that tells Vale what she already knew, channel fracture, lower right meridian, cause listed as extended instability accumulation. She opens her registry interface. She searches his name before she's fully decided to. Rail Sorn, Devotion Sovereign, unranked / above dependency / the devoted. Current floor, 52, solo. She stares at that for a long time. Then she sends a message to his registry ID. She doesn't draft it carefully. She sends, asterisk, I didn't know my channels were doing that. I think I need, asterisk. She doesn't finish the sentence. She sends it anyway. On level 52, in the opposite elevator bank, Rail's device buzzes. He reads the message. He reads it twice because he is precise. He understands exactly what she is asking. He understands the sentence she didn't finish because he spent 4 years finishing the things she left incomplete. He closes the message. He opens the floor registration portal. He files a solo application for the floor 100 completion run. The application processes in 4 minutes. Solo applications from above dependency classification have never existed before, so the system takes a moment to generate the correct entry format. When it does, it posts automatically to the public leaderboard. Vale sees it on the suite screen across the room. So does Cade. So do the 40-odd hunters in the tower lobby who have been quietly following the gray-jacketed solo run since level 29. Rail Sorn, Devotion Sovereign, floor 100 application, approved, solo, unranked / above dependency / the devoted. Kate says something. Vale doesn't hear it. Rail clears floor 100 in a run that the Caldrith Tower's monitoring system records in full on the public registry broadcast. Not because he requested it, but because a solo above classification clear of the final floor triggers automatic broadcast by system default. 643 hunters in the tower network watch it live. They watch a man in a plain gray jacket with no guild tag and no partner walk through floors that are designed to break entire teams and simply not be broken. His sovereign barrier doesn't flicker. His gravitational anchor operates at a radius that the system notes has never been recorded in the tower's monitoring history. His sovereign amplifier runs at a sustained output that the system cannot categorize against any existing benchmark. At floor 100, the final boss is a void sovereign, a designation that suppresses all registered class output within its field. Every classified ability in range cuts to 0 on contact. Rail's class is unranked / above dependency. The Void Sovereign Suppression field checks the registry for his classification. The field suppresses registered classes. His class is above the registry's classification index. Nothing is suppressed. He is in and out in 22 minutes. The leaderboard updates at 6:47 in the evening. #1. Devotion Sovereign, Railsorn, floor 100 solo, unranked / above dependency / the devoted. Completion time, 22:04. Below it, unchanged since afternoon. VL done, Combat Sovereign, floor 52, partner breach / stall, Goldspire Syndicate. Rail walks out of the Caldrith Tower into the evening. The drizzle has stopped. The city is lit. He puts his device in his pocket without checking the message thread again and takes the long route back to the hostel because he is not in a hurry. He is nowhere to be except exactly where he is. The leaderboard glows above the tower entrance behind him, visible from the street, visible from the Goldspire Recovery Suite on the 14th floor, where Vale Dunn is sitting with her fractured channels and her unfinished message and the understanding, arriving slowly and completely, that she had spent 4 years calling the Foundation a crutch. He does not look back. He never needed to.